Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what we discussed in the last class?
UML data diagram.
We discussed about UML.
We discussed about, okay, wow, we completed one lab also, right? We discussed, no, I'm asking you about theory class. Theory, what we discussed in the last class. Techniques, I'm not sure because I'm handling other sections too, so I'm in confusion where I stopped. We completed this definitions, right? And how to reduce the complexity of software. And what about the characteristics, right? Characteristics also completed, right? Hello. Characteristics also completed, right? Reply. So this changing nature of software. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
What about this changing nature? Am I complete or not? In your syllabus, it's mentioned as nature of software. Actually, your syllabus, this time they reduce your syllabus. So they did not mention any introductory part in that, but you should start from introduction. Then only you may get some idea. That's why I completed the introduction part, like what is software engineering, why we are going hardware product, and the definition of software engineering, and how to reduce the complexity. What is the role of reducing complexity, and what are the different characteristics? I'm not sure whether I completed this characteristics of good software. Anyone? I completed this part for the section or not? Hello?
I think you completed, ma'am. I'm not sure.
Completed. Okay. Anyway, if not sure means I will explain this. I think I completed. Just I will.
You can move to the next topic, ma'am.
Okay. Characteristics actually we divided into 3: operation, transition, and revision characteristics, right? So this characteristics you need to remember, like our base motive is to create a good quality software. How to create a good quality software? By maintaining this character. Operational means you should bother about the budget of the project and usability. Usability means, okay, you created a wonderful project, software product, but it's very very complex to operate. Then you're not happy with the product, right? The customer is not happy with the product. So usability or easy to use, that should be a focus. And efficient, it should be efficient, correct. Functionally, it should satisfy the exact function. What do you mean? That's why I told you a simple example, like a calculator program with the plus symbol. We mean addition. It should not do multiplication or division operation. So each and every operator has a function. So should maintain that is the expected output, right? When you consider calculator program like that, functionality of every software is you should maintain that functionality. Okay, you created with lots and lots. So you should focus on the functionality and dependability, security, safety, transitional things. Just you can recollect these points. transitional means, suppose if you move, means developer is developing the software in one platform and you are using another platform, but it should work on both platforms. So that is, it should be hardware independent. It does not, like, suppose if you, I'm not sure whether you familiar with microcontrollers, the microcontroller programs. If you, I don't know whether you already completed this programs in previous years, then you can understand the difference. The high level languages which we are writing today, this, in C, C++, Java, whatever it is, those programs actually machine dependent, not in machine independent, because you can work on any platform. But the previous microcontroller programs, 8085 programs, 8086 programs, means the particular microprocessor you are writing the program. So the instruction set, everything is particular to that microprocessors. So that is machine dependent. You can't, suppose if you write on 8085 microcontroller program, you can't execute the same on 8086. It won't work. So that is we call machine dependent. So it does not have any transition property. We can't operate in different platforms. But when you develop a software right now, you should bother about that thing. It should not work on particular platform. It should work on all these terms as meaning it should be transition. Next is maintenance, means after you hand over the product to the customer, you should maintain the modularity, scalability, flexibility, and maintenance. Once you hand over the product to the customer, you need some updation. You may need some updation in future. At the time, if it is a modularized product, you can work on different modules. And it should be scalable. Now you develop this project for a 100-member organization. In future, if you want to create the same software for 1,000, you can use the same software just in. If this above 3 features are there, it should be maintainable too. So these things, maybe I explained last class. Next is nature. Software nature means it's very simple thing, but from the topic you may not think about what it is. The changing nature of software means nothing. Before some years back, when the software came, at the time we simply called it software. But right now, for every field has different softwares, like real-time software, embedded software, business software, personal software, artificial intelligence software, web-based software, engineering, scientific software, and system software. Different types of softwares are there. Means based on its applications. So the area is categorized because we are using software in each purpose thing. Now it is very specific to every field. We are developing in a customized way. So that's why the changing nature, or discuss about changing nature, or what is the nature of software means, we should explain the categories. Okay. Don't get confused. I think you know the examples. Just write some examples. So all this comes under software means it is applicable to all engineering field. You can mention any engineering name, any engineering field, because nowadays it's using in every engineering field. So here I mentioned less astronomy or volcanology. You can tell any other engineering field. Embedded softwares. Embedded softwares, can you say one example? Embedded softwares are using in traffic signals. Using in microwave and automated control system, automated car systems, oven, fridge, all the electronics. Now we call programmable things we are using this embedded softwares. Programmable electronic equipments. Almost all equipments use this embedded softwares, which is built-in softwares. Then product line software means it is like a word spreadsheet, graphics. Those softwares we can categorize as product line software. Then web application means any software which is applicable to web. For example, means any software which is using related to the artificial intelligence area comes under this category. Like that, we can divide the software into different categories. This is called changing nature of software. Is it clear? Hello, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear, the topic?
Yes, ma'am.
The next topic is, with this, not this time, they reduced the syllabus. So you have very less syllabus. Next is generic view of process. Maybe generic view of process, maybe in your sub syllabus, it mentions process. Generic view of process or is heading. Let me check once. The headings may be different. This time the software process. It mentions software process. So generic view of process. Is this visible? The screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, process view we can classify as definition, development, and maintenance. Actually, I already in the first class I mentioned we are creating a software by using some process. This process we can divide into categories. Categories means the phases which I explained is actually process, like planning, communication. First is communication, planning, then modeling, then analysis, design, analysis and design may be one phase, then construction and deployment. These the entire process we can divide into three. Means definition phase. Definition means first you're defining the project. How can you define? By communicating with the customer and plan based on that. That is the definition phase. Then next is development. Development means you should analyze, model, and then develop the code. Means coding part. Last is maintenance. Maintenance means updation phase. Means once after the delivery, if you want to maintain that, you can call it as maintenance phase. So these are the three category of process. Here you can see the generic view. We can divide as a layered technology. We can call it as layered technology. Layered technology means you are dividing it into different layers. You can see the quality focus, process, methods, and tools. You should remember these layers. Quality focus means we are focusing on the quality. What are the quality features? These are the a good quality, software characteristics for a good quality software that we already learned. What are those characteristics? What are those characteristics? These things. Operational, transitional, revisional characteristics should maintain good quality software. Mainly we focus on the operational part. So when a software is carrying all those things, we can call it as a quality software. So quality, how can you maintain the quality? By following a particular process and using methods and tools. So these are the different layers. So quality means all the characteristics which I already explained, like maintainability, correctness, integrity, usability. If these characteristics are maintained by quality software, then you can call it as a quality software. The next is process. Process means mainly we are divide the process into mainframe activities and umbrella activities. Mainframe activities means the main activities which are used for software development. What are the main activities? Main activities means first is communication. Communication means communicate the customer with the developer, because he has to explain his requirement to the developer. So that part is communication. There are many ways, not only the oral communication, written communication, questionnaires, interviews, brain bench, different methods, brainstorming methods. So many techniques are there to collect the information from the customer. So that part is the communication. Next is based on the requirements you collected from the customer, you can go for the planning session. Planning means you should plan for the budget and the time. So that part is the planning session. Simply in single sentence, if I explain, it would be like that. You have to estimate time and budget. Are you listening? Are you listening to class? Hello, anybody is there?
Yes, ma'am.
The next is modeling. What is modeling? Analysis and modeling means you have to create the models. Model means it's not like suppose if you're going to construct a not a small house, I mean a big project, like if it a bridge or a shopping complex or a very big campus, generally even airports and all those constructions, they're creating a model, means prototype model. They will create this, developers will create a prototype model and they will discuss the client with the using that model. Why? Because the client cannot imagine everything, every aspects. So they will create a prototype model of what they're going to build actually. And using the model, they will try to explain the things. So you make it a clear picture. The same things we are applying here also in modeling. Modeling here, the last class I discussed in the laboratory class, the 9 behavioral diagrams, structural diagrams are there. All those diagrams are actually for modeling. They are modeling, using for modeling purpose. So those models, those are models actually. This structural and behavioral diagrams and DFD, data flow diagram is there, and CFD is there, control flow diagram is there, and flow chart, algorithms. All these things are comes under modeling, because once you get the idea of the project which you are going to execute, you are going for the design phase. In the design phase, actually, you create the models. Okay, with the models, you can main part is communicating with the developers, between the developers with the manager. Developer and manager communicate, because they have to take permission from the manager before they actually start the project. So they will discuss with the manager and at the same time with the client. So that is they're using these models. The next part is construction. Construction is coding plus testing. Actually, testing is actually we are mentioning testing as a part of coding, but as I said before, it's a continuous process from the beginning onwards. Then coding is actual coding program. Check whether the flow of coding is correct or not, and it check the program provide give the desired output, because you have a test case, you have an expected result. You'll check with different inputs, and still you are getting the, you make sure that you're getting the exact output or not, the expected result or not. So that part is there. It's called testing. We'll discuss in detail. And last step is deployment. Deployment means you deliver the product to the customer, and application. And even once you hand over the product after the corrections, still he wants more requirements, and means you can go for that. That's actually it's in full maintenance phase. Anyway, there is a contract before itself. In the contractual period, you have to, you are responsible for modifications. And this is the deployment part. Above the framework, these are called framework activities. These framework activities are common for every single project, irrespective of its size and nature. Okay. These 5 framework activities you should remember. Then other than this framework activities, you have to execute some umbrella activities, which may change from project to project, because based on the size and complexity, the umbrella activities may change. Umbrella activities managers will be they will assess the project progress, and if you are not in right pace, then definitely they will suggest you to increase the speed or do some more work, and you should take necessary actions, whatever it is, to maintain the schedule. That is called a software project tracking and control. The next phase is risk management. Risk management means there are different types of risk may come during the process time, development time. At the time, you can assess the risk and do some necessary actions. Risk assessment itself, the risk management is a part of software development, because you have to, there are so many methods are there for risk management. I'm not sure whether it is there in your syllabus or not. Risk management means you should identify the probable risk and the risk nature, the probability of risk, and the impact of the risk. Based on the probability and impact, you can assess the risk in different categories. Like some risk we have to take actions immediately. Some it's negligible, some are moderate, some need spontaneous actions. Like that, you have to categorize it, and that risk management part is there. And if it's a very small project, and there is some project does not have much risk. Why? Because the requirements are quite common, like a normal shop, suppose for a normal shop or an employee salary or details, and in education system, student management system, like that, something it's very common to all organizations. So there is not much risk. But when it comes to a new project with new ideas, new requirements, the risk factor is more. So at the time, for those type of project, we need risk assessment or risk management part. Next is formal technical review. Formal technical review means there are some review meeting will be there after finishing each and every project phases. You have to meet with the project team has to meet, and there will be a meeting to uncover. That is called, it's a formal technical review. There are many informal technical reviews will be there, like when you are taking a tea. At the time, you may discuss about your project, and if you try to remove some bugs, it's a formal technical meeting. Informal technical meeting, when it comes to an organized with agenda, meeting agenda, you are discussing something very seriously, then it comes under formal technical reviews. Will be there, it's mandatory. Yeah. Formal technical reviews are mandatory because informal review we don't have any meeting agenda. we may discuss something else. But you may include this too, but we are not stick on that particular topic, right? So formal technical review is mandatory thing to analyze your projects, whether it should meet the deadline or not, or what are the problems you faced while developing the things. Everything will be there in the review meet. A formal technical review has a particular strategy. That strategy we will discuss. Then measurement, software configuration management, reusability management. Reusability management means every work product has a reusable part. Reusability means I already said some modules which we can reuse in the further projects. So if some existing modules are there that we can use in the current project, means we can use it. So that is reusability. That can save a lot of time, effort, and money, means budget also. The work product preparation and production, all these things will vary from project to project. This type of activities we are calling umbrella activities. Umbrella activities are not a common thing like framework activity, general process framework activities. General process framework activities common for every single project, irrespective of the size. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
How many of you listened the class today? Just raise your hands. Because I am saying blah 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 something, and I'm not sure whether people are listening or not. Only one or two members may reply.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting some response, like some 11 12 members raise their hands. When will be your laboratory? On Friday or Thursday?
Thursday, ma'am.
Okay, Thursday. Actually, I gave you one homework, right? Have you tried it? Anyone? I already told you to try it once. Definitely, it will vary from person to person. Your ideas, your thinking style, your perception, everything will be different. So whatever it is, you just try. Everyone has to try that. Okay. And next class, you should come with the, everyone should maintain a notebook, an observation book. That is mandatory thing. Should not say at last, I did not maintain one. You should maintain. Everyone should maintain one observation book. The record marks you will get based on the observation book. This time, observation records are not there, right? So you can maintain an observation book, and I will ask you to submit at last. 50 marks for observation and records. At the time, should not say excuse, I did not maintain one. Everyone should maintain. Whatever the class works we are doing should be there. So today topic, 18 students responded. I think 18 are there out of 54. The remaining students are roaming somewhere. Roll number 20.
Ma'am, I raised my hand, but I had an internet issue and I got
roll
out
number
of the
20's hand is raised only. Sharath Madhavi 1011 12, 17, 18, 19, 25, 28, 35. I don't know these people were there or not, or they did not understand.
I'm here, ma'am.
Clear, it's clear. Then no response. I didn't get response from these students.
I just went to get my bottle, ma'am. I'm sorry.
If you don't understand, no problem. You can tell me.
No, ma'am.
I just ask you whether it's clear or not.
Yes,
If it's
ma'am.
not clear, you can tell it's not clear to me. 57, 47, 45, 40, 38, 30.
No, 43 is
Not-
42 is
Huh? What about roll number 4, 6, 7? Microphone. Hmm? Does it not
Ma'am, can you
clear?
share this PDF, ma'am?
Which one?
The PDF you're showing right now.
The PDF I will share you once I finish the topic.
Thank you,
I will
ma'am.
share. Once I complete the topic, I will share with you. Otherwise, you people will read on that, right? We'll simply look at that PDF and doing something else. You won't listen to the class. This time
Ma'am, we
actually-
have exams from next week, ma'am. So it'd be nice if you would share it right now.
next week.
Yes, ma'am. We have exam from 3rd, next Tuesday.
You got
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. I couldn't hear you properly.
Ma'am, we haven't got the timetable, but it is according to the academic calendar.
first module before third. Maybe how do you know that?
It is an academic calendar, ma'am.
Academic calendar is not correct. Academic calendar, they are preparing for the initially we start the semester in June, right? June and mid, I think. Mid of the June, we will start the semester. This time it is end of the July. So based on that, this previous, they created the academic calendar. I am not sure. I will check with this. It's not possible to finish one module. CMMI, actually it's an important topic, but this time it's not there. Process models are there next. Then agility is there. I won't start this part process models. I will start next class. Then how many of you registered for the Coursera courses? How many of you registered? I already shared the link, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If anyone did not receive that link, have you shared in the group?
Yes, ma'am.
So everyone got the link, right?
Till when do I have to submit that, ma'am?
It's better to submit within 2 months.
Okay, ma'am.
I will give 2 months time. I think it's a 8-week course, right? 8-week course. But you have to process methodology is there and one more architecture. 2 courses are there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think other subjects link also you got, or only for this?
We got
just-
for R
no.
programming, ma'am.
One then every subject you have Coursera courses. Then how many Coursera courses you have to do? What will happen if you will be late? You will share simply the answers each other. You don't even go through the video lectures. Actually, those video lectures are really beneficial. That's why I'm asking you to start right now. Now you don't have much pressure. You can finish. You have enough time to listen the videos and then answer. You can make multiple attempts, no problem. But one thing, you should not copy the assignments from anyone. Students got overridden problem. This overridden problem they got because of plagiarism, because they copied each other, this assignment part. Even though they did not admit, they said, no, ma'am, it was my own work, but still I got overridden. It won't happen. If it's your work, it definitely won't happen, because the plagiarism software will check the similarity and it will reject your assignment and you will get an overridden problem and they won't allow you to complete the task. This time I'm telling in advance, should not copy the assignments. There are, I think, 3 assignments in each courses. So should not copy those assignments. Okay, you won't get a certificate at last. And even though you send one mail regarding this issue, they may not consider. Sometimes they simply finish other courses too. So should not face that problem, should not copy the assignments. You try to do yourself and finish it fast. Okay, the links already you can answer, no need to taking much effort. But assignments, the other thing, even the quizzes also, you should write, you should do by yourself. But assignments, 100% you should not copy from anyone, because you won't get a certificate at last and there is no use. This is a Geetham account, right? So suppose if you copy these things, the copied student list will be forwarded to the management. From the office section people, they share the copied student list. So everyone got to know that who copied and who done this over this problems. So it's not good for the university. It's not good for you too. Okay. Not if it was an individual account. Means so if anyone got the overridden problem, will know, everyone. Even we as a also will be available. So should not do that. Okay. Okay, any other doubts? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Nothing. Okay, can I end my session? Then I'm going to wind up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.